'cause you love rugby. So what you think of this next feed?
Right, we are back. Rugby season's back. We are back.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Roth.
Yeah, we're doing an episode in Roth for Sean. So, a couple of episodes coming up around the Welsh regions. Well, maybe it might be one episode. We'll see how we go. But it's around the Welsh regions.
Yeah. We're going to select our Welsh regional 15, our best imports 15, and then we're going to do a kind of best of combined.
Yeah.
Dav and I had a really heated argument beforehand about whether we do them all as part of one episode or space them the hell out into one each.
So this first one is Welsh players only, yeah?
Yeah.
Welsh players only.
Yeah.
And then we're going to look at the imports. So,
what criteria are we looking at? So 2003 onwards. So obviously from the start
regions.
of the regions, which I think was 2003.
If they've played for a region, is that okay at some point? Like if there was a swap over, so they played for Cardiff and then they played for the Blues.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there are some where the players that I'd love to name, but they were kind of basically around for loads of the 90s and maybe like 1 or 2 years of region. So I thought maybe
not. Okay.
But it's to do with how they performed for the region.
Yeah, so
not the club beforehand. But they could have done both.
I gave you an example of like Warburton. Probably wasn't amazing for Cardiff Blues because they looked after him for Wales, didn't they? So he maybe didn't have the impact of the region. Would you agree with that one, or?
Yeah, it's got to be based on what they did for the region.
The
region.
And I've got a couple of players in there who are just like legendary regional players as well.
Yeah, fine.
So,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's start at number 1. It's a good place to start. I think it's going to be pretty obvious, is it?
I think 1, 2, 3 is fairly obvious.
Okay.
I haven't gone very quirky for the front row. Yeah,
well, I guess it's obviously Gethin Jenkins, yeah?
Yeah, of course it is, yeah.
And we've done loads on Gethin Jenkins before, haven't we? We've talked about him as
he's in the top 3.
Most fun props. Well,
most mentioned.
I was thinking of it, and I think you might have mentioned it before, but best Northern Hemisphere loosehead prop of all time, or just best loosehead prop of all time?
Oh, there must be some like New Zealand or something.
Yeah, I know. You're gonna. A New Zealand
I think it's difficult to be objective because he's Welsh and stuff. But yeah, I can't think of any better European looseheads.
The Irish would probably argue Cian Healy for longevity and stuff, but
I'd argue Porter over Cian Healy.
Yeah, they haven't got the CV like Gethin, have they?
Well,
they're getting there. They are getting there.
Yeah, and if we're talking about stuff for clubs, their CV's fucking shit on Gethin Jenkins.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so we'll put Gethin there, but did you have any honourable mentions on there?
I didn't know. It was just straight in there.
I thought about Duncan Jones.
Yeah.
I think that legendary front row for the Ospreys, that what they called him, the Hairbeard bunch or whatever they called him. But
who would have been the classic hooker there?
Who Bennett would have been a hooker probably.
Yeah, I was going to say Barry Williams, but that was earlier.
I remember for a long time Duncan was better than Adam, wasn't he?
He was starting for Wales, wasn't he? That was around the time Adam Jones was quite unfit.
Yeah, he was lasting like 40, 50 minutes for Wales and coming off, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I thought about Duncan, and like he did have an amazing impact to the Ospreys, and he's still at the Ospreys now.
He's like a proper clubman, isn't he? Clubman.
And I thought on my Cardiff hat on, I just wanted to put John Yapp's name in there as well, because I just love John Yapp.
Yeah, he lives around the corner.
Does he? Love John Yapp.
We're in both, by the way.
But yeah, Gethin wins that one quite easily.
Easy.
Okay, do you want to go hooker?
Yeah, Cannonball Ken.
Ken Owens, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he must be one of the most capped Scarlets ever, if not the most. Similar to how I described Duncan Jones, just like a full-on through and through clubman. And he won the league in 2017, even though I think he was injured for the final. Elias was playing. There were other players like sort of Hibbard and stuff I thought about. Gareth Williams for the Blues for a bit. He was really good.
Hibbard's 2 clubs as well, which is I do like when they've played for 2 of the regions, Ospreys and Dragons.
Oh, I did play for the Dragons.
He did have that like renaissance, didn't he, of coming back and playing for the Dragons. He was quite class.
No, it wasn't that good.
But yeah, I thought about it. I like Matthew Rees as well.
Yeah, I thought about Matthew Rees.
Hugh Bennett as well. I love Hugh Bennett.
I think Ken trumps all of them. Though.
Yeah, and one thing about Ken, remember we went and played for Carmarthen Athletic when he was coming back from injury recently. And when I played Premiership, I love that. Like he's playing for a club in his region, like a bit grassroots. I know they're probably Premiership, so they're.
He played number 8 for a bit last to play it really well. He's like
in the
scored twice Leicester.
Yeah.
He won. That was only Leicester with poo, but still.
Yeah, that's a good shout. Did you have any honourable mentions for that? Anyone else you were considering?
Just the ones I've named. Gareth Williams, I thought about because he was part of that really good Cardiff Blues side, like 2009. You know, they won. They got to the semis in Europe, like proper Europe, and they won the whatever it was called.
Parker Pen Shield.
Yeah. But no, it's Sheriff. It's a boring choice, but it's
no. I really like him, and he's he had to work his way up, didn't he? And then all of a sudden he sort of became quite world class, then, didn't he? It took him a while to get there, and then when he hit his peak, he was You've noticed we haven't really replaced him for Wales yet, have we?
No, one of many we haven't replaced, but yeah, he's great. Great guy.
Okay, tight head. So again, this one's going to be pretty obvious. The bomb. I'll put a picture up of me meeting him at my club dinner. It looks like a Make-A-Wish. Me really pissed meeting Adam Jones. He did the talk for our. I
remember something.
And we did like a Q&A with him. That was wicked. I did like the worst drunk question ever, and he just shut me down, and I just sat back down really quietly.
Good.
But yeah, he played Ospreys and then even went to another level when he went to Cardiff as well, didn't he? He was awesome.
For Cardiff?
No,
he played for Cardiff. But he was on his way down at that point.
Was he?
Oh yeah.
I was thinking then he did play for Cardiff, didn't he?
They did that. They announced it by showing him in the team photo, didn't they? They didn't say anything. They I quite liked that.
Was there one moment in this?
That drop goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hated it because we were losing by. I don't know. It was a good attacking opportunity. He misses drop goal and he just lied. He did not give a shit about playing for Cardiff.
Yeah.
I fucking hated this actually.
Did you?
Hated it, yeah.
It's quite funny though.
Bullshit. Unprofessional. No, I mean it. No, it's 21 all.
It's a penalty advantage.
Yeah, maybe.
It's a penalty advantage.
Yeah, but still, there's numbers to the left.
It's a good attempt, I thought. But yeah, 2 region man as well.
He's trying too hard to be a ledge there. Doesn't need to try.
He's a ledge.
Cut that shit out.
Right, Adam Jones then goes in there.
Yeah.
Who else did I have down for tight head? I don't think I had any other tight heads.
Who was Cardiff's tight head around Melon? Felice.
Oh no! You wait there. You can't be putting names in now. Of
course I can.
He's my captain now. I had Samson Lee as well because he was class for the Scarlets for a long time.
International Samson Lee.
International Samson Lee. Yeah, Samson Lee. I had him down as an option, but he's never displacing bomb, is he? International Samson Lee. Okay, second rows.
Yeah, boring.
You're going to do them as a pair?
Yeah, let's do a pairing. And this is a pair. Alan Jones, best Welsh lock of all time. Really find him a bit difficult to like as a person. Just trying too hard to have an aura when he has one naturally anyway. Loads of rubbish speeches that have gone down for some reason like Lions folklore that are just chatting nonsense. Sorry, I'm meant to be saying nice things about him, aren't I?
Yeah, he's
a greatest
regional player, second row of all time. He's got the caps as well, hasn't he? He's like the most capped Osprey of all time. It's not like they used to.
And Wales, for Ospreys, yeah. I struggled for a while to think of like a standout 5, but I went for his partner when they won the league a couple of times, Ian Evans.
Okay, yeah. He's Ospreys in Cardiff as well. No, he didn't go to Cardiff.
Ospreys, no.
Yeah,
he kind of fell away early on, like in his career for some reason. But
he was a great player.
Really good, yeah. Good like balance between them as well.
Yeah. Any
Yanto.
other people you thought of?
Not really. Loads of the other second rows I thought of were like imports. I Daniel Jones I thought of, but he's not. He's not in any best 15.
No.
Daniel Jones, is he?
Yeah, I put Josh Turnbull down as one. Because I know he plays back row, but
He was mainly back row though, wasn't he?
yeah, well, I don't know.
He started off as an open side for Scarlett.
I'd like to put him in this team somewhere, only because he's like a legend at Scarlett and he's a legend at Cardiff now as well. And like to do it to be like highly regarded in two regions,
fair enough.
Goes down. But I had him down for one.
That's a shoehorn for second row, I feel like. Though.
Yeah, okay. Bradley Davis I had down as well.
Yeah, I thought about
Bradley Davis, a couple of regions, really good player. Like, he had a couple of amazing years for Cardiff.
Yeah, he did.
Ian Goff, good second row for the Ospreys for a long time as well.
I think he was at his peak maybe just before regional, but he was he was nails, wasn't he?
Yeah, and the other one, because I don't think we're going to have many, is Luke Charteris for the Dragons.
Yeah, wasn't he? Oh, he played for an English club for ages, didn't he?
Yeah, he moved to he went to Bath, didn't he? I think.
Yeah, I think they saw his best years. I think I thought I loved Charteris.
But I liked how he started quite young at the Dragons, didn't he? And he became a man there and became a full international.
He started at the Dragons, did he, and then went to Bath?
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
Yeah,
right, okay. Yeah, I'll take your word for that.
Well, we'll put Alan Wynne in because Alan Wynne, he's the most capped Osprey of all time. So.
Yeah, he's great, Alan Wynne.
And then who do you want to put down for the 5? I think.
Who was your first shout? Bradley Davis?
Bradley Davis is one.
Oh, yeah, you can Bradley Davis if you want.
Yeah, we've talked about Brad before on the pod, haven't we? Legendary game.
I still feel that like whatever we choose in that second row, there isn't someone really like standing out.
Outstanding. No, that's why I thought Josh Turnbull. I think it's going to be hard to shoehorn him in a back row.
Yeah,
because
you
of
can't
the
make
players.
the back. Yeah, I just don't think.
Yeah, okay.
I know why you want to pick him. Right,
6.
Is it me?
No, I think you started on the second rows.
Yeah,
I'll start with 6. It's your favourite position in there. Maybe I should let you.
Oh no.
I got 2 options. So I've got Jonathan Thomas, unsung hero Jonathan Thomas. So good for the Ospreys. Obviously went on to be the unsung hero for Wales as well. Class, really underrated player. You can see, he's gone into coaching now. He's quite high up in coaching. You can see he's got his head switched on. But the one I've gone for, and again, I consider him a 6, is Josh Navidi. So Josh Navidi, I remember the performances he was putting in for Cardiff. I remember arguing so much, why is he not on the Welsh squad? Everyone was screaming out for him to be in the Welsh squad. He didn't get picked for so long.
Yeah, I always thought he wasn't quite good enough, and then he was proved me wrong.
And nobody thought he could translate those amazing performances for Cardiff into a Welsh street.
He was too small, but he was an ox.
But he was, So I've got Josh Navidi because I some of the performances for and watching him, I used to love watching him play. So exciting.
I would argue that he's more of a 7 or an 8 than a 6.
Do you argue with me on every? Yeah, but I've got
because I'm just arguing that point because that happens to be true.
I'd say he suits as a 6, especially when you look at my
I
back
can't
row.
do what he's played. It'd be interesting to see how many caps he's had in each position for Wales. I think he filled in at 8. Actually,
He did fill in at 8.
He's more of a 7. Yeah, actually, I'm wrong to say 8. I think he's probably more of a 7. But you could play 6, obviously.
So who did you have down?
Aaron Shingler.
Shingler, I didn't think of him once.
Shingler,
that's a regional player.
Yeah, and well, he did really well for Wales up to a certain point as well when he finally got his chance. But he was like, as an athlete, he was rapid. And those couple of years into PVAC for the Scarlets, he was one of the best 6s in Europe. He was superb, and that Scarlets team is probably the best a regional team's been, I think.
Do you reckon? I'd argue Ospreys winning league, Celtic League.
On paper, Ospreys were better. Those Scarlets performances for a couple of years in the league and then in Europe, he was a massive part of him with James Davis as a 7, John Barkley 8.
Davis. Was it James Davis?
James Davis, Foxy's brother, and John Barkley 8.
Yeah,
but Shingler was
he was
amazing.
He was an amazing line-out forward, wasn't he? He was so good in the
class in the open, all of it.
Yeah,
physical, big guy.
I like that. I reckon we go with that, Aaron Shingler, mainly because I love it when I don't think of one.
Yeah, Oh, I hate it when I don't think of what you say it.
Oh, I like it. It's like, class, that's a good one. Right, 7. Do you want to go 7?
Do we need to say it?
Yeah, do we need to go? We put him in every... I think...
Did you see that grubber kick he did the other day?
Yeah.
He's...
Yeah. Okay, number 8. So I've got 3 options.
Okay.
You know who one's going to be my favourite.
Yeah, I think, right.
Oh, you're going to say now he's a second row?
No. I think there's like and I get the romantic thing around Ryan Jones. It's all based on like 1 year of form. And then the rest of his career, Gatland made him put on weight. He slowed down. He weirdly lost his power. Yeah. And I don't think he was outstanding for the Ospreys at any given sort of point in time.
He's consistent, wasn't he? He's a consistent sort of player. That's why I liked him. You could always depend on him.
That's not why he was your favourite. The reason he's your number 1 player is that 2005 year, isn't it? Yeah, and I get that. I loved him.
Yeah,
he started off at the Celtic Warriors, didn't he?
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, class. He must have been right. He must have been so young then. My other options, I've got Andy Powell.
Oh yeah, nice.
Because I did really like Andy Powell. I thought again for Cardiff, he had like some of his best years.
Crazy athlete. Again.
Won some trophies at Cardiff as well, didn't he?
Maybe.
He was in that Amlin and
well, it would have been
Anglo Welsh as well.
Oh yeah, it was, yeah.
But I think my number 1 pick is Talupe Faletau, but Dragons Talupe Faletau when he burst on the scene. I've never been so excited for a player. I think he was like 19. I remember he had his hair was massive at the time. He looked like a different person. And he was obviously a little bit skinny, a little bit small. His footwork was amazing. Every game, he was scoring tries, making breaks. So Dragons Talupe Faletau. It was the most exciting. Obviously, I played number 8. Most excited for like a young Welsh number 8 coming through.
He was exciting, yeah. And he still ended up being better than I even thought at that point. That's a good shout. I don't know, it's like YouTube read my mind. The other day, I was trying to think of people to put in these lists. And highlights came up from Scarlett against Munster. That team under Gareth Jenkins, just before he became Wales coach, who did really well in Europe.
Yeah.
And I tell you, he was tearing it up at 8. He's probably not going to make it, but Alex Popham for a bit.
Oh, yeah, Alex Popham.
Class for Scarlett. Yeah.
He's a bit like a poor man's Andy Powell, wasn't he? Well, I like more of a rugby player. Andy Powell was more of like athletic, wasn't he?
And I remember he started for Wales in Gatland's first game against England, and he made some. Oh, I mean, no, he didn't start. So I think he came on, made some mistake, or like gave away a stupid penalty, and was never seen again for Wales.
Yeah, he's a good regional player as well. He was class on the Scarlets.
Yeah, and he was there for a long time, and always noticeable in those teams.
Yeah.
But you can have Faletau if you like.
But can I put in brackets Dragons Faletau? Although he hasn't really played for Cardiff.
Well, it's. I think you've got to consider. Yeah, all of the rugby they played for all of the regions, but yeah, he hasn't done much for Cardiff. So I think the assumption is you're on about
young Dragons Faletau bursting on the scene.
Yeah,
amazing. So that's our pack done. So we will go to scrum half. Do you want to start with this one? Well, this one's going to be quite an easy one, surely, as well.
Big Mikey P.
Yeah, like, good at 2 regions as well. Like, really good at 2 regions.
He was really good at 2 regions.
He played for 3, didn't he? I think he started at Scarlett.
Yeah.
And then class of the Ospreys, and then...
No, it was Cardiff first, then Ospreys, I think,
but he was class of those 2, specifically.
Yeah, and... Because he retired from... You told me he retired last night, like generally Gareth Davies.
Oh, I didn't see...
He was actually from international rugby, so I thought, what's going on? He started the season really well. I think he deserves an honourable mention as well, the Scarlets.
Yeah.
He's... it's not as if he doesn't get praise, but like I think he's one where when he stopped playing, you'll look back at like some of the massive moments he had. For Scarlets again in that team, he scored loads of tries. Let alone the massive moments he had for Wales, which we're not really meant to be taken into consideration. But yeah, just a really fit. I guess he's not very stylish, is he? Which is maybe why he doesn't like.
No, he's quick.
He doesn't.
He's quick, isn't he? And he reads the game well, like
quick and strong. Yeah. And just a knack of scoring tries, which is always.
It's funny because like you've got Thomas Williams, who I know is a bit more flary, but similar
Thomas.
similar John Moss Williams.
John Moss.
John Moss. So like similar mould, and then you've got Bevan, who's a similar mould again, isn't he? Who's starting to get in the Welsh squad.
I watched Bevan last week. Oh, this is not going to make any sense if you're watching this in like 2 years or something. But Bevan's service was so slow.
Was it?
Frustratingly so, yeah.
Well, the other one I've got down, apart from Mikey Phillips, is Dwayne Peel. Obviously, head coach of the Scarlets now, but
Zip.
Yeah, he was class with the Scarlets. He made them tick for a long time. Like he made any team tick he went in, didn't he? Really, like those quick taps, which have sort of gone out of style a little bit now, haven't they? Well, he brought there was a phase where Wales did that all the time, and Scarlets did it all the time with these tapped and go.
Gareth Cooper liked it as well.
And you just get it into Gareth Cooper. He's another one. You get it into Dwayne Peel. Used to get in Dwayne Peel's hands, and just he'd run the show. I liked him as well. But I don't think Mike Phillips is going anywhere.
No, just a unique sort of scrum half. Even since he retired and players are generally bigger, I can't think of many scrum halves like him.
No, definitely not. He's just he was an absolute beast, wasn't he, for a scrum half. He's like a back row, and he had some amazing moments as well, didn't he? And he scored some important tries for Cardiff.
Just a funny character as well. Just like a crazy level of confidence you don't normally see from Welsh people generally. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, definitely.
Which I really liked, just that sort of arrogance. I mean, if you look like that, you would, be pretty confident, wouldn't you?
Loads of stories always come out about him, don't they?
Rugby dinner.
Rugby
legend.
dinner story. Like he's always someone that comes up in those funny stories.
Yeah,
I heard one from Dan Bigger's book the other day about him.
It wasn't a world class one, was it?
No. They went out in France and they got absolutely hammered, and he bought the bill came back at the end and he went, I'll pay for this all the drinks, and everyone was like, oh Mike, you're amazing. And then the next morning he was obviously hungover and he messaged them all saying, yeah boys, you all owe me €200. So the alcohol was worn off and he was like, what am I doing?
Just hit on the alarm and bang.
Hardest hooker of all time.
Oh yeah, the cage fighter. Fucking Graham Henry / Joe Rogan. Mike Phillips then, yeah?
Yeah, Mike Phillips, definitely.
Mikey P.
10.
Again, that highlight. Oh, is it me?
Yeah.
No, you.
Okay. I've gone for 2 rogue ones at 10 because I know there's Dan Bigger and those sort of players. But
Hit me.
Nicky Robinson for Cardiff. I love Nicky Robinson. I remember that game, Cardiff versus Gloucester in the Anglo-Welsh Cup final, and that performance in the final from him.
Class. He had a good flat pass, didn't he?
Yeah, he was a silky player, and loads of people won't even remember Nicky Robinson because he had obviously his brother Jamie was the centre as well. The Glantav boys as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
But he was an amazing player, and
amazing player. Really boring pundit on the Scrum 5 podcast.
Is he? Yeah, he does the Welsh one as well, doesn't he?
Pretty boring.
I really like Nicky, but this one you're going to absolutely hate. But Jason Turvey for the Dragons. Yeah. So Jason Turvey
and Cardiff.
Yeah, and Cardiff scored. I think he's the all-time leading point scorer for the Dragons.
Is he?
And he looked really good for periods, and he is a classic.
He did. I think he got injured loads, didn't he?
Yeah, he's a classic regional player, isn't he?
Yeah,
Jason Turvey.
I agree.
He just screams region. Probably never really.
He screams region.
Yeah, he never knocking on the door for Wales really. But
I think he might have had a cap and a tour, but yeah.
But and he's quite funny as well. He's really good on Twitter. I didn't think he would be.
Get him in.
So yeah, they're my 2, which are a little bit rogue, but
it's Stephen Jones though, isn't it?
Stephen Jones.
Of course it is.
Dan Bigger as well could be a shout.
It could be, but it's Stephen Jones.
Yeah, all-time Scarlets point scorer.
Probably.
By a million miles, probably.
Yeah, kind of just made the most of his talents, didn't he? He and this isn't relevant for this selection, but that 2009 Lions tour, he was the main man at 10, wasn't he? And he tore it up.
I envision him with a Hineki Scarlets top on, with a beer brand on the front, and I want to see if it comes.
Tetley?
Yeah, it might be a Tetley's one. It might be 2.
That one.
Which one? This one. Yes, that is the picture. Tetley's. That's how I remember Stephen Jones. is like that. And then who did he have to? Did he have to displace
And
Neil
his,
Jenkins when he came through?
Yeah,
I remember it was a bit of a ropey start to his career, wasn't it, for Wales? And then all of a sudden he was just like the main man.
And his kicking stance where he just leaned forward,
Yeah,
really
like,
really unstylishly.
Hunched over, wasn't he?
Could do an unstylish 15
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah. Stephen Jones, definitely. I like that a lot.
Yeah, he. I try not to say embody the essence every time we have a podcast, but he does embody the essence of this team, doesn't he?
Yeah, definitely. Right, centres. Do you want to do a partnership?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Scotty Too Hotty and Foxy.
Scott Williams, a 12, okay.
Again,
And Foxy.
that Scarlets team,
Yeah.
to P-back was my favourite regional team.
John Davis, obviously.
Not my favourite, but the best, I think.
Yeah, John Davis just retired as well from all of rugby.
Yeah, amazing.
Again, it's someone we haven't really replaced for Wales, but yeah, he was he's always been class for the Scarlets. Scott Williams went to the Ospreys as well, didn't he?
Yeah, I think by then his injuries it's just slowed him down.
Yeah, and it's a perfect excuse to show Scott Williams' try versus England, which
2012.
is possibly the best try.
He's there.
Yeah, I was actually in the crowd for this one, and
We've done this.
We've done this
because I remember because I was in Rome watching it,
you?
and I pissed all those posh boys off.
Yeah. I love how he rips it off Courtney Laws as well.
Yeah.
But
He did that a lot, didn't he?
Yeah, Scott Williams is a good shout. He was a tough cookie, wasn't he?
Nails.
A really tough cookie. Yeah, that's a good shout.
Acceleration as well.
So who did I have down for 12 and 13? I had Gavin Henson.
Yeah, I thought about him, but I think like it was fleeting, wasn't it?
Oh, like for the Ospreys, remember how good he was in that team?
for a short period of time.
Yeah, he was
absolutely
amazing though, wasn't he? Really, really good. Jamie Roberts as well, obviously for Cardiff.
Yeah.
He sparked the comeback against Toulon in that final, didn't he?
Oh, did he? Oh, by scoring a try. In the posts, I remember.
So I had those 12. I also had James Hook, so I didn't really know where to put him in.
Yeah, I mean he played at 12 a lot for the Ospreys, didn't he?
And he was amazing for the Ospreys for a long time. They chopped and changed where he played a lot, didn't they? But yeah, I had him. And then 13, I had John Davis at 13.
Anyone else?
I had Jamie Robinson.
Yeah, Jamie Robinson's a good
shout. He was class for Cardiff. He was one of the first ones to go over to Toulon, wasn't he?
He did come to Toulon, yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't really take off. I remember watching interviews and Scrum 5 saying he's like in line to be the best 13 in the world, but he never really quite reached the heights of that, did he? He was, I think, injuries and stuff.
Maybe injuries, yeah, but he had a nice style, quite athletic, long strides.
So I think we'll definitely put John Fox in.
You want Gavin, do you?
Yeah, I just remember those iconic Gavin Henson in the Ospreys. Remember his silver hair and that.
I think it was Swansea with silver hair. I think wasn't it?
Oh, was it?
Slick back silver.
He did some amazing. Like remember those like kick and chases. He scored some. Remember when he was just a glider, wasn't he?
Are you thinking of that one where he takes the ball full sprint and just times his run and then just runs through?
Yeah.
Against Ulster, I think.
Gavin Henson versus Ulster, yeah.
But I think he's playing 15 then.
Yeah, he was playing 15. And he was kicking everything. It was in the days where he off the boot he was just unstoppable as well, wasn't he?
He played for Cardiff as well.
Yeah, he did play for Cardiff. Again, it wasn't.
Maybe there's no video of that on its own as part of a compilation.
Yeah. But yeah, Gavin Henson, I think like those days in that Ospreys team were unbelievable, weren't they?
Yeah, but like frustrating thinking about how good they were on paper and how they could.
Well, they won. They won.
They won the league, but they could have won the Heineken.
Yeah.
I remember they got knocked out by Saracens, and like a really old Richard Hill. Just here we are.
Boom. Yeah, playing 15.
Yeah,
that's an iconic Ospreys kit as well, isn't it?
Yeah,
With
really nice.
It's good. Black kits are good, aren't they? Black and white.
Hand off, bang. Billy Vunipola.
Yeah.
Billy Vunipola.
I do really like it. I just loved those days when he did it. Again, that was another one. You were tuning in on a Friday and Saturday to watch him, weren't you? When he was like coming through, because he was such an exciting time in Welsh rugby. One day it was just like he was just doing something absolutely ridiculous every single week.
I feel similar talking about Gavin Henson as I do about Tipperick.
Yeah.
Same kind of magic.
Yeah, so should we go Gavin Henson in there?
Why not?
For those days in the Ospreys. Because he didn't really do it at Cardiff, did he?
No.
Okay, wingers.
Back three?
Yeah, we'll do back three. Okay, so I've got... Well, one's obvious, isn't it? So
get him in.
Yeah, Shane Williams goes straight in at 11 because there is no other 11 ever. The other...
Luscombe.
Luscombe. What region did he play for?
Dragons.
Was it Dragons? Yeah, it must have been, wasn't it? I had Mark Jones for the Scarlets.
Yeah.
I liked him. Alex Cuthbert as well. Couple of regions, really liked him. Aled Brew, classic regional player.
Yeah, all fair shouts.
And this is the one, Tal Selly, because as far as I know, he's the only ever player to play for all 4 regions.
Tavis Noyle has now as well, but yeah.
Tavis Noyle as well, is it?
At one point he had.
Yeah, Tal Selly. So I thought, we'll chuck him in as an honourable mention because he has played for all 4, which is quite a rare commodity. But I think and I had Gareth Thomas down there as well. For his days at Cardiff. But I like Mark Jones, I do. I think he was like, you don't imagine him in anything but a Scarlet's top, do you? Tearing it up on the wing.
No.
So yeah, I had Mark Jones as my other winger. And then I've named all the other ones.
Fullback?
Hallam So
that's not bad.
And then he had a good career for Cardiff as well. And again, he did have some moments for Wales, got into the Welsh squad. I think he was an underrated player, but he was... Again, it's hard to be good in that Dragons team back then. They were pretty poor, weren't they?
Gatlin really liked him as well, didn't he?
Yeah, and he was a good footballer, wasn't he? He was clever rugby player, well balanced runner.
Seeing Jared play 10 for Cardiff, I'd still
miss him. He retired early as well, Hallam, and he's a doctor now.
Yeah.
So
bottled it.
Yeah, I really liked Hallam and he scored against New Zealand there. That's one for the.
That was the 3rd place playoff the World Cup.
So yeah, I had Hallam as my fullback. Oh, let me just see if I had Lee Halfpenny as well, obviously, and Morgan Stoddard as well, the Scarlets fullback.
Yeah. So I got Shane, 14 off David James. He was...
Is that tipping closer to Kinecki than Scarlets?
No, I don't think so. I mean, he was... maybe like half and half. But he was the top try scorer
in the Heineken Cup
for
a long time.
And it's almost like he was slightly, he would have been a really good Gatland player. Gatland would have loved him.
Yeah, well, I remember my dad telling, I can't remember if he texted me or he told me that Dav James and Scott Cornell had scored in the first test against Australia. Which we're showing here.
I think he may have been the top try scorer on that tour as well.
Yeah, he's
really strong, really fast.
Yeah. Balanced runner. He was powerful as well. Wasn't he? Strong. Yeah, you're right. You're so right about the Gatland. He could easily be a Gatland player.
Yeah. And Lee Byrne. 15.
Ospreys.
Scarlets as well. Started off.
God, this is tough, isn't it? There's some good players in there.
I would like David James, and you can have
Hallam Amos.
I felt like how. I don't know.
You could put Lee Halfpenny on the wing though, because he played for a lot of rugby on the wing, and we'll probably say why he played a lot of rugby on the wing in the next part of the part. Yeah. So I don't know. You could go Halfpenny, and.
I preferred Lee Byrne. Oh, sorry, yeah, it's your short call, isn't it?
What do you reckon? It's a tough decision.
I regret saying you can have 15 because I preferred my call.
Okay, so what if we do...
what if we do all the ones I said?
Mark Jones and Lee Byrne.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, that's tough. I think people need to help us on that one. Who do they think? Because there's some...
Yeah, come on, guys.
Leaving out Lee Halfpenny that's a pretty brutal one, isn't it?
Again, part of this is who we consider to be our favourites, isn't it? Not who's the best.
Yeah, of course it is. So have we got many... I think we've got a good spread there, haven't we, of regions? Obviously, there's one region, the Dragons, which like you've got Toby in there from there.
Yeah.
But that shows the quality, I guess, them now over the years.
I don't know if we say this every episode, but that's a nice back row, isn't it?
It is. When Tippericks in there, you know you're laughing.
Nice front row. Obvious front row, but nice.
Captain? Who do you reckon's captain in that?
I'm not giving it to Alan Jones. Again, is this based on who the best captain is or who I like the most?
I don't know, Stephen Jones would be a good captain in that team.
Yeah, go Stephen Jones.
Yeah, Stephen
if not
Jones
Justin
captain.
Tipper.
Okay, that's our team. Thanks.
Goodbye.
Okay, we're back. So we've done Welsh regional Welsh players. We need to snap your title on that. Best Welsh regional Welsh players. Doesn't work.
Welsh regional. No.
Welsh regional. We'll work on that. But so we thought we've done the Welsh players. So we thought we would do that import. So players who aren't Welsh, who have come and played for the Welsh regions and had a big impact, I guess. Or
Have a really nice time in Wales.
had a lovely time. So yeah, I didn't struggle with this one, but I haven't got like the backlogs I did on the other ones. And I just straight up haven't got a player for one position, but I know you've got one, so you will be putting that one in for me. So if I start on one, then you can do two, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
My first one, I don't even know if he played for the region, but Rod Snow, the prop.
Yeah,
the
good.
Canadian.
Yeah, he was like a Newport legend, but I think he just made the Dragons.
Yeah, so I had Rod Snow as the Canadian prop playing in Newport as my... and just to let you know, Cuthbert's going in for his try in the background.
Which one? Which one, though?
Second. First.
Not
Second.
first.
We have got Wales, England on in the background.
No, that is the second.
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
So yeah, I had Rod Snow, the Canadian, playing in Newport.
I had Deacon Manu, who played the Scarlets for ages. He ended up being Fiji captain.
Okay. Yeah.
Pretty good, but I think it was kind of for lack of other options.
Yeah.
So we're going to have Rod... Oh, are we sure that he played for the Dragons?
Well, let's do a little bit of research. And we know we trust Wikipedia over everything.
Yeah, that's the Dragons
And
kit. There we
that's
go.
the Dragons kit. So, yeah, he did play for the Dragons. Oh,
I do
that is a Newport... That's a
It was
Newport
Newport
emblem.
White Dragons, wasn't it, when it started? See?
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I don't know
so...
why I said C.
And now he was playing against the Blues as well for the Dragons.
Yeah.
He was a solid performer, wasn't he, for the Dragons?
Oh, he was
For a
really
long time.
really fun. I think he was one of those props that would go on big runs.
Mini quiz. Guess the caps. How many caps did he have for Canada?
Oh, that's too hard.
I reckon 75.
51
51. Okay, he had 62.
on closer.
Oh, okay. 1-0. Okay, so Rod Snow goes in at number... Uno. Number 18.
The only hooker I can think of, there must be more. He was Dragons captain for a bit, like a few years ago. Tom Willis. Yeah, you might even... He's that obscure, you might have to put like Tom Willis rugby, because there's probably another more famous Tom Willis. What? No, it's not even him.
Oh, no. Well, I know...
Type in Dragons.
Dragons. I know that the Scarlets have got a hooker called Van der Merden now, haven't they? Yeah, there we are. Okay, so we did confirm he was joining the Welsh. Yeah, okay, we have found him. So
and can you Google image just so it's...
He did exist. He did exist.
It said 2008 as well. I thought it was much more recent than that. Okay. Yeah, him. No, not him. This guy.
This guy. Okay.
This fucking guy.
Okay. Tom Willis. If he gets in that team...
Well, he has to. Because there's nothing else.
I cannot think of any other hookers who played for the Welsh regions.
I can think of one, but...
Yeah, we won't mention. Who shall not be named. And then Scarlets have got Van der Merwe there at the moment, haven't they? But we'll just put Tom Willis in there because we literally have no other options. I get to start this one because I know...
Sam Matavesi was better.
Oh, yeah, he's the Ospreys, wasn't he? Yeah.
No,
he wasn't.
No, Sam Matavesi, his brother played for the Ospreys in the centre.
Yeah.
And as an absolute Western super.
Yeah, he plays for Fiji now, didn't he? Prop.
Hooker.
Yeah. Okay. This team is poor.
It's uphill for me, though, I think.
Yeah, I got two options at tight head. Played for two regions, Cardiff and the Ospreys, Dimitri Ahe, but he's
nice. He was class with the Ospreys for a bit.
Yeah, and then he, came to Cardiff for a bit. I think he was going to go to Montpellier or something, wasn't he? And then Cardiff snapped him up or something.
Well, no, I think Montpellier bought him for loads of money, and I think there's something about like passing a medical in France, which for some reason is much harder than anywhere else, or than in the UK at least.
It's like Vakatawa, wasn't it, with his heart?
Oh yeah, and it fell through, and Cardiff just lucked out.
Yeah,
but he's playing for the Dragons now as well.
I'm gonna go for Tau Felice, because he is the most capped player for Cardiff, I believe. Well, I'm pretty sure he is. Yeah,
yeah, he's a legend.
He is a cult hero status.
I think calling him a cult hero is almost just downplaying.
Just a hero.
Yeah, just great.
Yeah.
Plays a big part in the team that won the Parker Pen Challenge Shield.
The Amlin Parker Pen Challenge.
Parker Pen.
And he now works with Dragon Signs and puts up all the signs everywhere. You see him rolling around in his van. Legend.
Just a man of the people of Cardiff.
Yeah, definitely. Tau Felice. 2 seconds. Right, so who did you have at tight head?
Felice.
Tau Felice. How do you spell his first name?
Don't know.
Sorry if I butchered that. Okay, so front row, not great, but
gets better.
Gets way better. Do you want to do one each second rows, because there's good names here and you're going to name all the best ones straight away?
My number 4 is the best player on either list, in my opinion. Ty Burn.
Yeah, and he's one of the best players in the world at the moment.
Ty Burn is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it feels crazy. It feels crazy that he even played for the Scarlets.
Well, he couldn't get in. He couldn't even get like a wider Leinster squad place. I'm guessing he must have just developed late.
Yeah.
Because he is just like one of the most skillful second rows around. He's amazing at like maul defence and stuff like that. He's an absolute nuisance. For a man of his height, at a breakdown, he's incredible.
Yeah, definitely.
He's like a leader as well. He's just got it all.
Well, he's shooing for the Lions, isn't he?
What to start? Oh, he's shooing for the squad, yeah.
But for Scarlett, he was class. Like it was
awesome.
It felt weird that he was there, and then
I'm gonna show this finish here.
It didn't.
Oh no!
It didn't last amazingly long when Ireland realised how good he was.
Yeah.
And snapped him up straight away, and then he's just gone from strength to strength. I would agree. He's probably maybe Alan Wynne Jones for what he's done in his career, but he's probably the best player on either list.
Yeah, I love him.
Yeah, he goes in.
I think we're going to agree on the next one as well, aren't we?
Yeah. There's only one second row, and that is Paul Tito.
Steve Cummings. Oh.
John Tate.
John Tate.
Should we just watch Paul Tito red cards?
Yeah. That's why he's in.
He was amazing. Like, what a revelation he was when he came over.
Yeah, he was part of like a few great, New Zealand signings that Cardiff made that completely changed the general standard of the team.
Yeah. Just
brought everyone else up another level.
Just a sheer grafter as well, wasn't he? An absolute grafter.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Wiry frame, really good in the line-outs.
Nothing flashy about him whatsoever. Just used to work his ass off every single game and just be involved in the middle of absolutely everything. It was nuts.
Cult look as well. It's weird seeing the Allen's Park with the grass pitch now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a little bit, isn't it? I need to see a highlight of this red card because I'm sure it's absolute filth. If I know.
He was quite fighty, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Joe Bierman, he was good.
I think he play for New Zealand Maoris. Paul Tito did, didn't he? You wonder how some of these players don't get caps for New Zealand. Oh yeah, he's just got.
Well, who was he against at that time? Like Chris Jack, Ali Williams.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Paul Tito definitely gets in there. Apparently he also scored a charge down try. Oh, he did against Stade Francais.
Nice.
Did I have anywhere else? I had Sam Lousy as well, who's
Oh yeah, really good.
playing really well
Yeah,
for
he's
Scarlets
quality.
and has been for a couple of years. But like the nostalgia of Paul Tito is just absolutely something else, isn't it?
Yeah, great.
Okay, so Paul Tito and Tagburn, second rows. Now that's cooking. Now that
Your quads are bigger than Paul Tito's.
he was a beast, though, wasn't he? He was an absolute beast. And that big ginger hair as well.
He's fucking pointy. I bet he's like hard to tackle all elbows and knees.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Paul Tito.
Hernandez and that pink kit looks delicious, isn't he?
Stade Francais always got the best kits, man. Okay, Paul Tito goes in as well. Who have you got down for 6?
Mama Molatika.
Mama's on my list.
Or Tia. I know he's mostly an 8.
Yeah, I had Tia as well.
But obviously we have to make room.
I've got one other person, which I guess you're going to say is an 8, and that's Jerry Collins.
No, he's definitely a 6.
Yeah.
I think he could play 8, but...
Jerry Collins for the Ospreys, that's one of the
Are
best.
you basing that on his performances for the Ospreys?
He was good for the Ospreys.
He was good for a bit.
Mama definitely had the... Molatika definitely had the longevity, didn't he? But, like, for the Ospreys... that team they had was just nuts.
It was ridiculous.
Like how
I don't want to go through because I'm going to name players I'm going to include. I got a few in here.
Okay.
But yeah, ridiculous. They didn't do more.
Okay, so should we go with Jerry Collins or do you want to go?
No, I don't think he did enough for the Ospreys.
Okay, we'll go Molatika. I like Molatika. I do like Tia as well. He was very good. But yeah, I guess as the most impact for the region.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Okay. 7.
Do you want to go?
Yeah, I got someone we've mentioned on the pod before, Marty Holler, for the Ospreys. He was very good in that Ospreys team.
Yeah.
And I got Dan Barr as well.
Oh, Dan Barr. He's more of a 6, I think, maybe.
Yeah, but he played 7, didn't he? But again, it's a bit of that overlap of Cardiff to the Blues, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I'll probably go Marty Holler just because, again, another New Zealander in that Ospreys team. It was like a Galacticos team, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was insane. Like, once we go through some of these names, I don't want to
give away, yeah.
We can look back at the Ospreys team because it was incredible. It was basically the best of that initial Gatlin team with some class, like New Zealanders and stuff. I've got, right, so Holler, I had Holler initially because he was a better player than my first choice, but I think it was still a bit short-lived, similar to Jerry Collins. I got Simon Easterby for the Scarlets.
Yeah, Simon Easterby, and I tell you one person we didn't mention as 6 then is John Barkley for Scarlets.
John Barkley was really good, but I think he played 8 more for Scarlets because Shingler was playing 6.
Okay, yeah, Easterby.
He was really good.
I did think of Easterby. Why was I thinking Guy Easterby? That was his
his brother scrum half.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
So what is this Simon Easterby?
Simon Easterby.
I'll put him in as.
He's married
Should we
to
put Marty Holler in?
Sarah Elgan, isn't he? Well, I replaced Holler with Easterby because Easterby did more for his region.
For the Scarlets, yeah, okay. And then number 8, man. This is a bit of a toss-up, this is, between 2 Cardiff number 8s for me, and that's Nick Williams and Xavier Rush.
Oh, Nick Williams, yeah.
But I think Xavier Rush had the biggest impact on the region.
Rush was my first name, I think.
Yeah, he's just, again, he was what he did for Cardiff. And what was nice was when those boys came over, they got some trophies as well. Obviously won that Hamlin Parker Penn Shield.
Horribly aggressive runner, wasn't he, Rush?
Yeah. But he was a class player. And again, like how we got him to come over, I think he was captain of the Auckland Blues, wasn't he? He got maybe 1 cap for...
I think he has a handful, I think.
Yeah, but he was just so good.
Have you heard the podcast with him on the Flats and Shanks podcast talking about when he lived with Tom Shanklin?
No.
It's really funny.
I'll have to listen to that. But Xavier Rush, Mama Molatika, Martin Williams back row was frightening. We didn't mention Martin Williams on Welsh players. Did I mention him? I did have him down.
We didn't mention anything about 7, did we? He was my honourable mention.
Martin. Oh yeah, because we knew there was one. Yeah, that's why. Because we knew who was going in straight away.
The fucking goat.
Yeah, it feels weird seeing. Did you always wear a scrum cap? I feel like that was a missed opportunity. No, not a missed opportunity. Yeah, Xavier Rush definitely. That impact of Cardiff and what he did was unreal. Xavier Rush goes in at 8.
Come on.
Right, so that's our pack done. Move after that little interlude. Move on to our backline, starting with scrum half. Yeah, you said you've struggled to scrum half.
I could think of a few scrum halves that that were imports to play for regions. I know you mentioned Justin Marshall. I don't think he was that amazing for the Ospreys. He was an amazing player. Yeah. He was the best scrum half that played for Welsh region.
Again, it's just mad when you name these players and you look at their careers and they were playing for...
Ospreys had him and Mike Phillips at the same time.
Yeah.
They hated each other, famously.
Who did? Oh, I mean Mike Phillips?
Yeah.
He's a commentator now, Justin Marshall. He's like the voice of Super Rugby, isn't he? Bumfar.
Have you... Oh, what's the try? Where his piece of commentary, I think it's a bit of like a New Zealand meme. It's like, me, oh my, did I enjoy that? Yes, boy. That. No, I'll have to find it for you another time.
Oh, nice.
Yes, boy.
Yeah, and he was one of New Zealand's best players. Never mind.
Yeah, him and Mertens.
Yeah. Okay. Who else did you have?
I went for Jason Spice.
Jason Spice,
because he obviously wasn't anywhere near as good as Marshall, but he played for the Ospreys and the Blues. And I think he made an impact on both of them.
Okay. I had Khan Fotuali'i down as well.
He was really good for the Ospreys, yeah.
Khan Fotuali'i was a great player.
I think he played early Ospreys, but he's mostly for Swansea. Do you remember Sunilo Martens as well, the Tongan?
Oh, yeah. I can't spell you Khan Fotuali'i's name.
Khan Fotuali'i was class for the Ospreys. He ended up going to somewhere in England.
Northampton?
Yeah, it might have been Northampton, yeah. He's the best shout, I think. It's a good call.
I just found his Facebook page. So if anyone wants to add him, feel free. You know, the best thing about YouTube is you can think of any player in the world, not any player, but some rare players, and there will be some sort of
there'll be a nugget
tribute or video or something of them. We found some mad compilation videos. But yeah, he was class with the Ospreys.
Well observed.
And then he went really well for Northampton as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
He was
class.
Seemed mad that they let him go, really. So what do you reckon? Khan Fotuali'i gets in at scrum half?
Yeah, I think so.
It's mad again. Like
really good for the Crusaders. That's a lovely kit, that grey and red one.
I wonder if there's any highlights.
Strong as well, isn't he? Doesn't look like it.
Simone International.
Yeah, you may have captained him for a bit as well.
Okay, fine.
Quality player.
Khan Fotuali'i goes in at scrum half. Right, outside half.
I struggled at fly half. I forgot. Fucking hell. Oh, I put this in and forgot about it and should have put more thought into it. I got Dan Parks, but
Dan Parks?
Semi-jokingly, but I got nothing else.
Brock Harris for the Dragons. Was it Brock Harris?
Prop.
No, Brock. Yeah, remember he had with the gloves. I'm sure it was Brock Harris.
Brock Harris is a prop, I'm sure he is. You can't laugh at my suggestion and then name a prop.
Brock Harris?
Yeah, click on him.
No, he's a prop.
You're scared, aren't you?
Who was this outside half who wore gloves? He's South African, who played for the Dragons. I'm sure he did. Have I just completely made that up in my head? Yeah, you
dreamt this.
Remember him playing 10 for the Dragons?
Yeah, he was really good at distribution, wasn't he?
Oh, maybe I've just lost my mind. Brock something.
Lesnar.
Brock James? He didn't play for the Dragons.
No, he played for Claremont for ages.
I just made one up.
I mean, he's good. And he wore gloves. He just engineered a new club for him.
Yeah, I just engineered it.
Is that all you've got?
That's all I got.
Dan Parks is in.
I just put a prop in. Dan Parks is in.
Sam Norton Knight.
Sam Norton Knight. Well, that was like 2 back-to-back really bad signings at 10 for Cardiff when we were trying to get an outside half, wasn't there? There's got to be someone we're missing there as an outside half. Surely. Dan Parks had a pretty bad time at Cardiff, didn't he?
Not as bad as Sam Norton Knight.
No, of course not. Well, we'll put Dan Parks in, and we'll have to come back around to that one, because I'm sure there's somebody. There's definitely not Brock Harris. Should we just put Brock Harris in there?
Yeah.
Okay. Centres. Oh, I love all these centres I've named. Oh my god, I love them.
Name them.
Oh, I got Regan King and Casey Laulala as my starting 12-13.
Exactly
and
my
then
starting 12-13.
My options are Peter Muller and Ray Lilo as the backups.
Peter Muller was more Cardiff.
He was more Cardiff, but he did definitely play for the Blues as well.
I'm not 100% sure. If he did, it wasn't very long at all. Lilo. Laulala's a trendier choice. I think Lilo is more of a, in terms of impact he's had.
Yeah. How old is he? He's about 39 now. Is he still playing?
Something like that. And he still looks good.
Yeah, but Casey Laulala, that was the best. He was the most effective player in the best period for Cardiff ever.
No, I think he was playing for Cardiff just after we started dropping off. When we were playing in the Cardiff City Stadium. So
was he not in that team which won the Amlin Parker Pen
don't
Shield?
think so.
We'll circle back to this, but because I've got something for you later.
Okay.
But I
again, Laulala's a better player. I think Lilo is much more like synonymous with being a Cardiff legend.
Yeah, he is. Okay. So are we agreed on Regan King at 12?
Regan King, what a fucking player he is.
Yeah, he was. What do they call it? When they say he was a Rolls Royce of a player.
Yeah, superb.
Yeah,
superb.
He used
one of those. He has one cap for New Zealand, and he would have had loads for Wales.
Oh yeah, he'd have had loads. He's the kind of player that he would have. He would have been like eligible, wouldn't he, with the new laws? Because he was at.
Well, he was at Scarlets for long enough that.
Oh, his only cap and try was against Wales, wasn't it? Oh my god!
What a player he was. He's playing 13 then. I think I think of him as
he was
12.
No, he was definitely a 12.
He could do both.
He was definitely a 12. Yeah.
What a fucking silky guy. He could have been style points, an honourable mention at least.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, he's got 13 on the back a lot. I remember him as a 12, and we're putting him in as a 12. So Regan King and I think
Ray Lilo fits the brief better.
Yeah.
Even though he was, I hadn't thought of him, weirdly.
Ray Lilo, you hadn't thought of him?
Halaholo's an honourable mention at 12 as well.
He's Welsh.
Yeah, okay.
He
was an import though, wasn't he?
He was an import, yeah. But he's capped for Wales, so he is. I consider him Welsh now. Okay, wings. And I just want to mention that Cardiff did sign Joe Nalomu. So yeah, Joe Nalomu did score one try for Cardiff, and it was in a derby in the Arms Park against the Dragons. Yeah. So, but he obviously wasn't at his best, and it was a bit of a marketing ploy. But I just wanted to mention that Joe Nalomu did play for Cardiff, which is completely ridiculous. But my first winger is Tommy Bowe.
Yeah, well, I've got him at 14.
Okay, yeah. Okay, fine.
Hell of a player.
So do you want to go into your 14 then?
Well, yeah, my 14's Tommy Bowe.
11.
Randall, Nicky Walker. I thought he was class, the Scottish guy.
Oh, yeah,
Big winger. He was really good for the Ospreys. In that team with all the Galacticos,
Yeah,
I think he moved Tommy Bowe to 13. He plays 13 off the Ospreys, didn't he? I think it might be like Nick Nikk. I think it's like a weird spelling, Nicky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he Scottish, was he?
Yeah.
Was he quite big, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, big bloke. Yeah, I remember him. Yeah, I haven't thought about him for a long time.
He was really good for the Ospreys.
Yeah, okay. So couple of an Irish and a Scotsman on the wings then, is there?
Yeah, why not?
Nicky Walker, Tommy Bowe. Yeah.
Did you have any other wingers?
No, I must have written John Long down and thought, oh, that's a good idea. But then I probably thought, what am I doing? He didn't have much impact, did he? But there's probably a few more wingers out there who played for the regions. Remember, Andy O'Sullivan was Welsh, wasn't he? Who played for Cardiff Blues.
He was definitely more Llanelli than Scarlett, but I was thinking of Celeste Finau. Do you remember him?
Yeah, he did come up on my radar. I think he played 13 a lot, didn't he? He was a centre as well.
Mostly.
But he was definitely Llanelli.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. I just wanted to say him.
Yeah, Nicky Walker, man. Nicky Walker and Tommy Bowe.
Tommy Bowe.
Fullback, there's only one name that's going in here as well, isn't there? Was there anyone else? I had Percy Montgomery down there as well.
I think he was more Newport,
but
and he wasn't there for long anyway.
No, but probably I'd say, like I know you've said we talked about Tag Pern, Xavier Rush. I'd probably say the best impact of an import player to a region is probably Ben Blair. What he did to Cardiff. Like, he obviously goal kicked as well, didn't he? And he was immaculate off the tee.
And he had such a distinctive step as well, didn't he? Yeah.
So small. It was such a short little step, but it was so effective, wasn't it? And again, he obviously won a couple of trophies with them. But he was a great player.
Yeah, he was superb. And he was there for a while as well.
Yeah, he was. He was there for quite a while.
Short for a fullback, really quick.
He was tiny. It's like the back three
you mean that looks so easy.
The back three of
Nippy.
Yeah, him and Halfpenny in that back three, they were and it was before half.
Who completed that back three then?
It wasn't Cuthbert.
Oh, Tom James, wasn't it?
Tom James, yeah. Yeah, he was a great player. He did loads for Cardiff. Is he up there with top scorers for Cardiff ever? Probably.
Not sure.
He kicked a lot of points, didn't he? He never missed off the tee.
Oh yeah, point scorers. Yeah, from kicking. Yeah, he must have been because he was there for a while and he always took kicks.
Okay, so Ben Blair finishes off our team,
including in the semi-final against Leicester when we came back to draw, and then obviously we know what happened after that. He had to get 2 touchline conversions.
Did he? To get us back to the draw.
Slotted them both.
That would have been a 50-22 these days. From
I really love the 50-22 rule.
Yeah, and that was from his own 22, so it was 22-22.
Yeah.
Don't see many of them.
The only other one I can think of is Jack Morgan against Australia in the World Cup.
Yeah, that was class. Ben Blair gets in. And do we have a captain?
I think I would like Tito.
Yeah, definitely Tito. Tag Burn as well, but definitely Tito.
Yeah, there's a few candidates.
He was captain of Cardiff, wasn't he? Or was Zav captain?
No, I think Tito was captain.
Yeah.
I think they've both been captain for Cardiff, for Blues.
So again, we've got that team. A few Cardiff, lots of Ospreys.
I feel like we're missing some
big names there, and big names we're missing, I'm sure.
But there's some good ones in there as well.
Yeah, definitely. Alright, so that's our Welsh Regional Imports 15. Thank you.
Goodbye, everyone.
Right, so we have named our Welsh regions, imports and Welsh players. There they are side by side. So we're going to go from 1 to 15 and pick who wins. Who is the best in that position?
Yeah. Who's our favourite? Yeah.
They're combined. So we'll start number 1.
I feel like the Welsh front row generally wins.
Yeah.
Definitely. I don't want to jump.
No, but
jump ahead. Like just having a quick scan. I don't think there's any there's no conversation to be had for 1, 2, or 3, is there?
No, like Felice was a good player, but like Adam Jones was probably one of the best tight ends on the planet. So Felice never really got up to that sort of standard, did he? No. But I think you have got an argument then, a second row. I think.
Oh, Byrne versus Alan Wynne.
Well, no, because I would probably do a combo. So I would probably say Alan Wynne and Byrne are probably your better two.
They're both very. I don't know, because I like a second row. Wynne's taller and more athletic and line-outy, and one is a bit more of a bully, and I think they're both the latter.
Yeah,
So they're both kind of all-rounders as well, actually, aren't they?
Yeah, and
they
like
both do both.
We got to think about it from a regional perspective, and like the impact of Tito
right.
over Byrne. So what you could do is you could do a Tito Alan Wyn Jones second row combo.
I don't think any of those players we're mentioning were as good as Tab Byrne was for the Scarlets for a couple of years.
So I think you've got to go Tag Byrne, Alan Wyn Jones, and really, haven't you?
Right.
And like Alan Wyn Jones, it wasn't really a brawler. He was still good. Like he's a good line out forward and stuff.
They were both kind of like 4.5s, weren't they?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I suppose Byrne is 4, 5, 6, isn't he? He's just do it all.
So Alan Wyn and Byrne in the second row. You've got to have Tipperick in there, 7 over Easterby. I'd probably have Molatika over Shingler personally, and then I'd probably have Rush over Falatau, because I think, again, regional impact. I know Falatau was great, but I do think Falatau was more iconic as a Welsh rugby player.
Yeah, I agree.
Than a regional player.
I would have Shingler over Molatika.
Yeah? I
think so, yeah. I'd have Shingler, Tipperick and Rush.
Yeah, I think Shingler's probably got that longevity as well with the Scarlets, hasn't he?
Molatika was around for ages for the Blues.
Yeah, but Shingler was around his whole career for the Scarlets, wasn't he?
Shingler was just more like, I don't know, he just stood out a bit more when he played. Yeah. And that's maybe because he was a bit more athletic and faster and did more like memorable runs, but Molatika's a bit more of a classic workhorse. I think it's just down to personal preference, like in terms of what style you like.
I'd go probably so it's an argument over 6, but Tipperick Rush 7 and 8.
Tipperick Rush, yeah.
And then we'll go Shingler 6, like because it's regions as well, and like his impact of the Scarlets has been immense.
He was great, Shingler. Yeah.
His brother played scrum half.
Centre's
brother played.
Did Cardiff?
Yeah.
Steve.
Oh, he was a good kicker, wasn't he? He's like a kicking 12.
Scotland were after him for a bit, remember?
Yeah, he was quite good, wasn't he? All right, cool. 9, I'm picking Mike Phillips there. Oh, 9-10 goes Wales' his way there. Mike Phillips, Stephen Jones. I don't know how Dan Parks is in that team, but well done, Dan. Stephen Jones, Mike Phillips, halfbacks. Your centres, Henson, Regan King, aren't a million miles apart style-wise either, are they? Similar sort of players. Graceful, gliders.
Henson had more in his locker as a athlete and stuff. But I think for regional performance, I'd have Regan King and Fox Davis.
Like Regan King was another one. He had a period of time at the Scarlets where he was just unstoppable, wasn't he?
He's probably, like, for a while, the best player played in Wales, I think.
Yeah, definitely. So, go Regan King, John Davis as your centres.
Yeah, it's got to be John Davis, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't believe he's retired. That's a massive shame, that is. He's an amazing player.
I mean, the last couple of years for the Scarlets, he has lost it.
Yeah, I think, like, rugby's almost turned into a bit of a young man's sport again, isn't it? Like, by the time... especially in the backs, injuries are going to catch up with you eventually, aren't they?
That's always been the case, though, isn't it? Like, if you're relying partly on the pace, that is inevitably going to go, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess. Even like front rows and stuff are getting younger and younger, aren't they? It's like, it used to be like, you get into your peak at the end of your 30s. Like
you never peak at the end of your 30s, I don't think.
Tight head props used to say that about, didn't they? Football goalkeepers.
Oh, I don't like... I think late 20s, early 30s, you're picking at a tighter prop. I think that's always been the case.
Yeah. Okay. And then wingers. See, I'd go Shane and Tommy Bowe.
So would I.
So Bowe moves over to the 14, maybe.
Yeah, and I think he played 14 more, actually.
Yeah, and Shane Williams has just got to have 11 on his back, and it's just iconic.
Shane, Tommy Bowe and Ben Blair.
Ben Blair, definitely. That is a sick team. Okay, so... we have filled in the team. In theory, then, this is the greatest Welsh regional team, isn't it? Because there's no one...
I suppose it is, yeah.
We haven't missed anyone out who should be in there, really.
I'm sure in either of the sides, there's maybe 1 or 2 names that we haven't thought of. But, like, looking at this, I can't think of anyone that we haven't thought of that would make this combined team.
Yeah, definitely. Surely, there may be a 10, like... and Import's 10 we didn't think of, and a hooker. But they wouldn't be making the team anyway over Stephen Jones and Ken Owens anyway.
I'm just trying to think of the split now, so I'm just going to count how many imports we've got in there. So Rush, Byrne, King, Bow, Blair. So it's 10 to 5.
Yeah, but that makes sense, doesn't it, in the Welsh regions? And like, it's because we've done obviously regional impact. Like, you know, you're probably sticking like maybe Justin Marshall in there as a career. You're probably sticking Jerry Collins in there as a career.
Oh yeah, I mean, he was at Falatau over Rush.
Yeah, as a career. But this is the best combined Welsh regional team. And are we going to put a captain of this team? This team's winning everything. Absolutely.
We need to decide. We do this every time. What do we want from the captain? Is it the best captain in that team, or is it just like our favourite?
No, because it's all time, and this team is going and winning the Heineken Cup and winning everything. We've got to pick the best captain, I think, out there.
Alwyn Jones.
Alwyn Jones is probably the best captain, isn't he?
Yeah.
I tell you what, we could think about is like best Gallagher Premiership, and then like we can, if we keep this one on ice, we can see if we think the Welsh or like an English teams won and like a French. I guess it's hard to.
Yeah, it gets messy, doesn't it?
Because it's nice with 4 teams. Like you could do an Irish one, couldn't you? And see if we think the Welsh regional team would beat the all-time Irish regional team.
But also because the Welsh regional teams only existed from about 20 years ago. If you go to the Irish teams, Munster, you're gonna have to go back to players that I would have no knowledge of.
Yeah, that's true. So
I guess we do it in the pro era or something.
Yeah, pro era or pro era would be good.
Someone did a quiz in work the other day. They've got this like calendar, like rugby quiz thing they got from a Secret Santa. One of the questions was, in what year did rugby turn professional?
Okay, was it 95?
95, nice, yeah.
Yeah, take that. So yeah, that's our greatest Welsh regional team. I think you've nailed that.
I don't hate it.
I love it. I want to watch it play. I wish it was like a good rugby game where you could just like play with them, like a Madden.
Or, you could just create a team.
Or a rugby manager team.
And do like a fantasy season.
Yeah. But yeah, that's our team. Thank you for listening, watching. We're back.
Oh, because you love rugby, so watch